Hello guys, it's January 27th, uh, 2017. Um, just going to give you an update on the garden. Um, Over this past week, I actually went to the nursery and bought a few more plants, and I repotted them, so I'll show them to you in this update as well. I also kind of rearranged the garden a little bit, so you'll see. The greenhouse, as you can see, I repotted the Venus flytrap into this bigger pot with moss in it, just for the spring, preparing for the upcoming spring, for the plants to really propagate and grow. And I moved the lily into the greenhouse. And as for all the ferns, I transplanted them into just some plastic container. Well, that one isn't a plastic container. There's no hole, no draining hole in that one. So, but I put all the ferns over here because I'm not sure if they're really recovering or not. So I'm just gonna put them in here and wait until maybe say spring or summer to really tell if it's worth to save. And as you can see, there's two red cups. I have the ferns from the indoor little terrarium. I moved them outside, and I'll show you what the thing looks like indoor right now later in a bit. As for the bulbs, this one is definitely coming up. I think you saw this last week, and then I think there's another new one over there. So yeah, this one is definitely coming up, and then the hyacinth, it's coming up too. Let me show it to you. There's one over there, right here, and then one over there. I don't see anyone over here, but it's coming up too, so that's a good thing. And then this two, hydrangea and saffron crocus, looks the same. And the other bulb plant, snowdrop, is definitely coming up. Very excited for this first snowdrop success. And then the rest looks pretty much the same. Still slowly coming up. And the crocus, it's probably one of the first to, I don't know, flower, hopefully maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of them, as you can see. And snowdrop will definitely be one of the first one as well. Oops. Blueberry looks the same. Still dormant, I think. You can see the branches, the buds are still the same. Yeah, everything looks the same still. Oops. Yeah, and raspberry, let me see. Raspberry looks the same, side bud, auxiliary bud. Strawberry, same thing. So last Sunday I went to the nursery and bought more plants, and one of them are the snowdrops. This one, I'll just let you see, read the information. So one of these, like over here, this two pot over this one and that one, are the ones with double petals, like double snowdrops, and then these one are just the regular single snowdrops. So I think for each one there's 5 plants or 5 cluster of bulbs at least. So yeah, I'm excited for these flower, of course. I'll show it to you when it's opening. Yep, looks pretty cool. I repotted these for um, there's a bigger space for them to really propagate. I just want to have more of the snowdrop plants slash bulbs for next year, I guess. This one is actually still going. Decently surprised. So it should keep going this year, which is good. So I don't need to plant a new one. So you can see there's a lot of flower in there still. And then for the summer snowflake, a lot of new plants are coming up around each bulb, which is a good thing. It means it's propagating, which is what I always wanted. Nothing here. Rhubarb, still waiting for it to come up. Asparagus, same thing. Blueberry, same thing. Hydrangea, same thing. This bulb plant, same thing. Bird of paradise, same thing. Tulip, definitely coming up, which is really cool. You can see a lot of them. Here, I'll show it to you. A lot of them. This one is huge. There's a couple more over here. And then the lily variety ones are pretty tall compared to the regular ones. And as for the daffodils, it's coming up too. And the lavender, same thing. Rosemary, I think it's definitely going to be able to survive through this winter. I think it actually looks like it's recovering. The color is a little different. It looks redder during the winter. Now it's a little brown and darker-ish. But I think it's definitely going to be able to survive, which is a good thing, of course. As for the indoor garden, I repotted this pothos into this ceramic container directly without a plastic container because it was looking pretty sad. The pot was too small, and also the soil was in pretty poor condition. So I thought it was time for a new pot for this plant, and so far it looks pretty happy about it. At least it likes the water content of this new soil, of course. And I also bought another variety of the pothos. I don't know the specific names, but this is the same type of plants, at least. Probably not. I don't know if it's the same species, but closely related plant. I transplanted this into a big plastic container and put it into this glass container so it looks prettier. So far it looks happy with the new environment. So hopefully it will speed up with its growth, and we'll have a bigger plant soon. And then as you can see, I also bought a new peacock plant because the other two were badly damaged by frost, And so far they look happy with this new condition too. I repotted this new peacock plants and the two older ones, the ones that are damaged by frost into the same pot. I just directly repotted into the ceramic pot. So far it looks pretty good. And I also repotted the spider plants, all of them, into this bigger plastic pot, and put it in the ceramic pot. And right here we have artichokes. Actually, I decided to do some artichoke stuff this year. For each one I put 5 seeds, and then I'm going to select the best one eventually into one plant, and then grow that plant outdoor or sometime around spring. And then this thing looks the same. Pretty sad, but it'll definitely recover when the spring arrives. As for the orchid area, I would like to call this the orchid area. Actually, it's pretty cute. I actually kind of repotted this one over here. I added just more moss into the plastic container. So far, it looks happy with it. And I bought this new orchid. Forgot its name, but this is the orchid with little small red flowers right here, and then there's more coming up right here. I repotted the orchid into a bigger plastic container with moss and barks, which is like a orchid medium, and so far it looks fine with it, so we'll see. And then this one, the flower is opened fully, as you can see. I'll show it to you. It's really pretty. Second flower, I'm very impressed. Very pretty. Oh, and for this orchid, you can see right here, there's a new plants coming up on the side. And, yep. So definitely a lot of things going on with the orchid. And as you can see, this one, all the flower did not open. I mean, the flowers are all dead. So nothing really exciting with this one. I think it's just probably it's the wrong time of the season for it to flower. Maybe it's the location too. I put it right here instead of right by the window, so there's not enough light for the plant to support all of the flowering going on, especially if the older flower spike is also sending a new flower over here. And then I'm not sure what this is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be another new flower spike thing. So a lot of it, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing so much flowering right now. Could be the light condition, I think. Could be. But at least it's still alive, so that's good enough for me. And then this one still looks ugly, but as you can see, I moved the 2 other ferns outside into the greenhouse, into the red cups, and then I left this fern in here alone because it looks pretty. I mean, it looks better with just this fern and this circular disc thing. At least it's not as messy as it's used to be.